Have you been transacting in cryptocurrency and now you're looking for a crypto accountant? Look no further. In this video, I'm going to go over the questions you should ask and the considerations that you should take when hiring a crypto accountant. First of all, I've been a crypto accountant since 2016, so I'm in a very good position to give you an overview on what to look for and what to watch out for. So let's get right into it. The first question that you should ask any crypto accountant that you have a consultation with, that you're a prospective client for, is how much experience do they have with crypto? You don't want to be teaching your CPA what cryptocurrency is, what Bitcoin is, what Ethereum is. You want them to be able to deeply understand this space. And you'd be surprised how often I see this, where someone comes to me and tells me, my CPA didn't really know crypto. I had to teach them X, Y, or Z to get them up to speed. If they don't understand the basics of crypto, they're going to have difficulty taking that lack of understanding and then translating it into an understanding of the accounting methodology and tax treatment that a given transaction should follow. So you should ask some questions like, how many clients do they have in that are transacting in crypto and that are in this Web3 industry? What percentage of their clients are in crypto and Web3? At Camuso CPA, all of our clients are either crypto investors or Web3 businesses, and everyone is transacting in crypto. You should ask them how up to date are they on the regulatory environment related to cryptocurrency and just the industry in general. Do they own crypto themselves? These are the types of questions and conversations that you can have to start to gauge, how much does your CPA actually even know cryptocurrency? Next, you should start to discuss, what does their process look like? Are they one of these new firms that don't really know about crypto, that are just going to take your exchange APIs and your public wallet addresses, plug them into a software, and give you reporting with no proper categorization, reconciliation, and due diligence? Ask them to outline their due diligence process. Ask them to explain the pros and cons of different softwares and their approach to dealing with the fragmentation in the industry. Overall, you want to understand whether or not they're going to be able to do your accounting with not only professionalism, but with the due care that's required. Because at my firm, we're having people come across our desk every single week as prospective clients where their accounting is just not up to speed. We're looking at their ending cost basis info and things are easily apparently wrong, and they're not tying to their actual holdings, or there's gain or loss is clearly unmatched. So you want to deeply understand the accounting process, and you want to be very careful that your accountant or your CPA isn't just relying on one individual software. They should be able to basically understand this whole process and use a variety of different softwares to be able to give you an accurate analysis. Next, you should start to discuss the tax treatment that the accountant or the CPA is going to apply to specific transactions. Now, I think you should discuss this at a high level with them, just generally speaking, but then you should really consider, what does your fact pattern look like? What types of transactions do you have? What type of assets are you transacting? What type of protocols are you in? And based off of that, you can zero down on even more specific tax questions to ask. Now, of course, these initial consultations are only going to go so far, but you want to take the opportunity to at least understand the perspective and the approach that your accountant, your CPA is going to take when dealing with the tax treatment in a scenario where there may not be 100% clarity, and this can happen often in crypto. So if you're in a specific protocol, or if you're staking a specific asset, or whatever it may be, you want to discuss that with your CPA, understand their approach to how it's going to be taxed, and overall just understand their approach to how they think through these tax problems, how they document these tax problems, what type of position do they take? Are they ultra conservative? Are they ultra aggressive, or somewhere in the middle? Are they laying out a clear rationale and fact pattern, and giving you the lay of the land as far as why they're giving you a tax position for a given question, or are they just telling you XYZ and that's it? You really want to find someone that's not only going to be able to give you the right answer, but be able to explain why, so you're informed as a taxpayer. The next question I would discuss with an accountant is I would ask them, what reporting are they going to provide? The reporting that I see is, there's a lot of variability from firm to firm and from software to software. And what I see is that, sometimes firms are just going in and just doing these calculations and not really providing any reporting. The client's not downloading it from the software, and you're left in a really bad position years from now if you can't access that information. Another issue I see is that some firms and some softwares are not providing a detailed ending cost basis report at the tax lot level. And this is very important for, number one, the due diligence on the accounting. Number two, tax planning purposes, to look at your tax lots and understand what tax position you're in, so you can look at tax projections, loss harvesting, and these other considerations. And the detailed ending cost basis report at the tax lot level is also important if we're going to ensure that we're complying with Revenue Procedure 2024-28. And if you don't know what that is, I have separate videos on that, so I encourage you to check those videos out on my YouTube channel. But overall, you want to discuss the reporting, and you want to make sure that you're getting a full consolidated transaction history, a list of all the data sources that went into the analysis, an income statement, spending statement, gain or loss statement, all with full audit trails. And you also want to get a detailed cost basis report at the tax lot level that's going to show your calculated ending holdings at any given year. And those calculated ending holdings should tie back to your actual ending holdings, which is something that goes overlooked. One of the next things that I believe you should discuss with your accountant or your CPA that you're considering to manage your crypto accounting is their communication. The process for doing crypto accounting is not just, like I said, take the wallets, plug them in, and you get an accurate response. You're going to be building a relationship with this accountant or with this CPA. And there's likely going to be communication that you're having throughout the engagement. And depending on how complicated your portfolio is, these engagements can last anywhere from a month to 3 months, sometimes even more. So you want to make sure that your CPA is going to have a structured communication process, and that they're going to be responsive to you when you reach out. The last thing you want to do is get a month and a half into this accounting process with the tax deadline pending, and you're reaching out to your CPA and you're not getting a response from them. Unfortunately, I hear that all the time. Sometimes it can just be that the firm is overworked and spread too thin. Other times it can be that there is some data issue with your accounting, and the firm isn't just being fully transparent with you, and they're kind of kicking the can down the road. So you wanna make sure that the communication is something that's prioritized in the firm, and that you're going to be kept up to date throughout the whole entire accounting process. Then one of the last considerations I think it would be important to discuss when you're speaking with a potential crypto CPA or crypto accountant is their pricing structure. There's many different structures that a CPA firm can adopt as their pricing methodology. Many firms that are doing crypto accounting may opt to go for an upfront retainer and an hourly pricing model. I do see this a lot. I think that there are some issues with this if you take this approach with the firm and they haven't reviewed your transactions up front and scoped the hours in total for you. Because what I see a lot is the firms will take the retainer, they'll get into the analysis, and once the retainer is almost complete, there may be tons of data issues that were unforeseen that are going to require you to pay more funds on top of the retainer. What I suggest is finding a firm that takes an upfront pricing model and does a fixed fee pricing model. That's what my firm follows at Camuso CPA. And I think it protects the interest of both the CPA firm as well as the client, because what we do is we review your transactions up front, so we can put a scope on the engagement, and then we provide you a quote up front. And then once we're both in agreement on that, then we begin the accounting. This way we both know what we're getting into up front. My firm understands the difficulty and the scope of the accounting engagement, and we're able to price that as a result. And you're also able then to understand the scope and the price of the engagement. We both know what we're getting into, and then at that point we can just focus on actually completing the work for you once we agree to that. So I would recommend looking for a firm with this fixed fee pricing model. That way there's more transparency up front and throughout the engagement. So those are some of the big considerations when hiring a crypto accountant. This is a very important decision because likely you're going to be spending years and years working with your crypto accountant. At Camuso CPA, we have tons of clients that have been with us going as far back as 2016. So this is a long-term relationship, and this is a strategic part of your finance and tax and accounting team. So you want to deal with this decision carefully. Now, if you are looking for crypto CPA firms and accountants, my team at Camuso CPA is here to assist you. We provide a full suite of tax and accounting services. We were one of the first crypto CPA firms in this space, and every checklist that I just outlined here we'll cover during our initial consultation as part of our intake process. And I believe you'll be very pleased with the outcome of that. So if you're looking for tax or accounting services and you're an individual investor or you're a Web3 business, contact me and my team at camusocpa.com, and I would love to speak to you further. Until next time, I'm Patrick Camuso, signing off.